Yo, we back, baby.
Sanctioned by the new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
Yo, salute to everybody here in the building. Welcome to the latest show with yours truly, Graphk Raider, and my big bro, Wasted Talent. What's good, bro?
What is the deal, man? I'm cooling, brother. I'm glad to get this thing going early, bro. It's a lot going on today, bro.
Definitely. I'm hyped, man, and we're gonna talk about a situation that I think we've been kind of talking about for a while now, and we kind of spoke on this a few weeks back, actually probably a month back, about the Raiders still being interested, you know what I mean, by training camp. So interesting timing with this whole news dropping or whatnot. But shout out to everybody here in the building, man. Make sure you wipe them feet, pay your bar tabs, meaning hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to both channels, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button on OakLosVegas Raiders Network or Raider Nation Unlimited with Wasted Talent. Does not matter where you guys are watching. We appreciate you guys so much. And we're gonna talk about some things. We'll talk about that later. We got some interesting developments with the channels that we're talking about doing, man. I want to kind of gauge and see where some of you guys' interests would be in one particular situation that me and Wasted are kind of working on behind the scenes, man. Does that smirk mean cool or hold on to it for a minute? Oh, we gonna hold on to it for a minute. You know me, hey, my big mouth. Nah, but hey, salute to everybody here, man. You already know, man. The news broke today. You know what? Before we go that route, let's talk about the O-line, you guys. I see a bunch of beat writers talking about some things. Shout out to our little brother, Raiders.Scout. If you're not following him on IG, follow him at Raiders.Scout.
If you ain't following Scout, you don't want to hear no Raider news because don't nobody have it faster than Scout, bro. Let's just be for real here, man.
There you have it. But let's talk about this whole line real quick, y'all. Thayer Munford and Jermaine Illuminor appear to be the leading candidates to start at right tackle, with Illuminor having a sizable lead, which means it looks as though Jermaine Illuminor may take that spot over the second-year Munford out of Ohio State. If Munford does end up winning the job, it will kick Illuminor in the right guard, when Natane Moody currently looks to be in line for starting reps. For depth, offensive tackles Brandon Parker and Dalton Wagner are currently ahead of Justin Herron, a guy that we traded for last year with the New England Patriots, who is on the outside looking in. And I've heard some bad things about him as of late. Who is on the outside looking right in. Wagner has impressed this staff multiple times. For those who do not know who Wagner is, our UDFA out of Arkansas, including a win over Max Crosby in one-on-ones. In the interior, Andre James is the starter at center, with Dylan Parham at left guard. Alex Bars is rotating in at guard and at center, and seemingly is the backup at both, with McClendon Curtis performing well with his snaps. Greg Van Rotten has split starting reps with Natane Moody as well. So some interesting developments on the offensive side of the ball. On the offensive line, I mean, I think we kind of talked about this stuff as well.
Hey, bro, look, to be honest with you, we have tangible information to our theories, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what's so great about this. We got tangible information, bro. Like, the dope part about a lot of this is that we see the thing that was missing from the last regime. It's called player development.
Yeah.
These guys are getting developed, bro. Like, you can't fix all the problems with your football team by going out there and freaking free agencying yourself to death. You got to draft guys on your roster. And if you look it up, you show me a bad roster, and I'll show you less players drafted than brought in by free agency. And that's changing now. They're committed to these guys, and they're not giving up on them fast. And I'm really, really happy about that.
Yeah, and I just like to hear Mumford's name at this point. You know what I mean? I know he's a 7th rounder, but, you know, people were saying that he would have been a top 3 pick if he went, a year early, I believe. I mean, he has some real, you know, he's had some success at the collegiate level. It's dope, like you said, man, to see that our guys that we are drafting are about to play a pivotal role moving forward, man. So salute to the 2nd-year guy, Mumford, and we expected Jermaine Illuminor to take that spot. And I love the deal that we gave him right now because he's betting on himself, and we have a very, very inexpensive, great option at right tackle this year. So that's really, really cool, man. Shout out to everybody here in the building, man. Let's get to the shit, you guys. We've been talking about this all off season long. I've said this a million times. I hate to keep repeating it, but hey, it is what it is. You know, speaking to Marcus Peters during the Pro Bowl at Marshawn Lynch's party, he told me straight up, you wanted to be a Raider. Let's get it done. He wants to play for his childhood team, being from Oakland. We were hearing rumblings about him potentially coming into the building and getting something done. He did go. He did leave without a deal. But everything that we had heard was the signs were going towards him signing before training camp. Okay. Right now, it sounds as though he's still kind of gauging the free agency, seeing if anybody will budge and give him a bigger deal, probably. And it sounds as though we are looking at other veteran corners in free agency as well. But all signs are pointing towards us and Marcus Peters coming to a deal and having him be one of our starting corners on this roster going into 2023. Shout out to Victor Fur. Let me bring this up real quick. We'll go to Bleacher Report real fast because it's real quick and real easy. Rumors: Marcus Peters seems likely to sign contract before training camp. The Las Vegas Raiders seem likely to bring in veteran free agent cornerback Marcus Peters aboard, per Victor Fur and Tashawn Reed of The Athletic. Those guys may be competing for one starting job, as the Raiders seem likely to sign veteran cornerback Marcus Peters before training camp. Peters came in for a visit last month, and according to league and team sources, the two sides have stayed in touch as Peters tests the market. The Raiders have other veteran corners on their list, but Peters could very likely sign with the team that he grew up rooting for as a kid in Oakland. I just want to say I said this same thing a few weeks ago, but you know, it is what it is. What's your thoughts on this, Wasted?
Bro, like, this is the crazy thing about this. I feel like this is much to do about nothing. Whether they sign him or whether they don't, right? For you to expect Marcus Peters to come in here and move the needle like that after, you know, last year, you know, we had 47 tackles, he had an interception, but he got cooked a lot, man. This is a guy who is getting older, and he's had a catastrophic knee injury, right? And taking that money that really could be allotted for one of the guys that are in the building already, to me, is criminal. Get the Josh Jacobs deal done. Like, fuck all this, bro. Like, I love Marcus Peters, the whole, you know, romanticism about him being from Oakland and him growing up a Raider. I can't really do anything with that. That does nothing for my team. Having Josh Jacobs be happy and be in camp does wonders for my team. And it does better for the optics of the locker room. You're going to go outside of the building and bring him in and not take care of Josh?
Okay, so let me ask you this.
What are we doing here, bro?
What if this deal looks like a veteran kind of minimum type deal? I mean, because at the end of the day, that money being allocated to Josh is still not enough anyway, brother. Like, we still need to add some more defensive parts to this team to get it right. We're very young at the cornerback position right now, like really young. It looks as though, like, at this point, right, isn't a Meek like probably the oldest corner on this roster?
Him or facing, right? Him or facing, right?
Brandon facing, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I think we need that veteran. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Josh he trumps Marcus Peters at this point in his career, clearly. But at the end of the day, we still need to build that defensive side of the ball. Like, this has been the problem with the nation, right? Everybody's screaming defense, defense, defense. Well, now we're about to go make a move to bring in a veteran guy that loves this team, is going to fight for him. What's the problem? I don't think that there's a Josh Jacobs debate with this.
Yeah, I do. Because the thing about it is that, you've gone out there, you've made all of these moves. You could have brought this man in 2-3 weeks ago, right? Now it's getting to a time where This is a crucial time in this season. It's a crucial time in this program. And it's a crucial time with a lot of the younger guys on this roster who are going to look for contracts. See, Nate Hobbs, if he does well this season, which I fully expect him to.
Me too.
Now, all of a sudden, you're going to have a thing with him. There's a whole crap load of guys on this roster right now who are not going to give them the grace that they might expect to win, because if they're not dealing with the players on their roster fairly, then that's going to be a problem, bro. And I believe that there's certain guys, and I understand what you're saying, bro. I get it. There's certain guys like Josh Jacobs, bro.
Hey, real quick before you do it. Hey, Hammer, you just got rid of a 9-year-old Cowboys fan out of Dallas. That's my brother. That's my son's best friend. I just want you to know that you literally just deleted a 9-year-old. You ain't shit, Hammer. Okay. Shout out to Ryan. He was shouting out his Cowboys. He is young. He's 9 years old. He has no idea what the hell is going on, Hammer. You ain't shit.
Oh my God. Listen, Hammer hates the kids.
You are a
Hashtag Hammer.
being. Hammer. Yes, man. Look, stick with Titan. You don't need to have kids, motherfucker. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. You bully. You.
Yo, you know what, bro? Y'all stay tuned today. I'm putting out the meme, the Michael Jordan meme with Hammer's face. Fuck them kids.
Yo, shout out to my youngin' man Ryan out there, man. Like I said, that's my son Elijah's best friend. They talk crap a lot because Raiders, Cowboys. It's always love, man. So shout out to my dog. Real quick, man. Go ahead though. Back to the argument, brother. Go ahead.
But it's not. See, I think that what they need to do is they need to make Josh Jacobs believe and understand that he is the number one priority. I believe that there should be no personnel moves at this juncture until they sit down and go in a room and get that thing figured out with Josh Jacobs. Now, I know you can do two things at once, but they've been doing all these little transactions, and I have not heard about that one big transaction, getting Josh Jacobs signed to a 2 to 3 year deal.
I just don't think that any of these deals even correlate. I don't think that there's one that's a very, very minimal deal, and there's one that is very, very, very big to bring back. And to be honest, I get it, bro. Trust me, because we're frustrated. You want one of our best players to be back in the building immediately. I totally get that, and we're frustrated by it. But look, we're still building the defensive side of the ball. So look, I have no problem with bringing in a veteran like Marcus Peters on an inexpensive deal. You know what I mean? And I think that deal is going to get done at some point. I truly do. And shout out to Hammer. We love you, bro. You already know.
Yeah.
Shout out to, I think there's a really good possibility, John. I'm gonna go 85% that Marcus Peters will be a Raider. What do you think?
I think if it's being leaked to Sean Reed and Vic Tafur, it's definitely gonna happen. Like, these guys are not guys that are conjecture guys. These guys know exactly what's happening. You know what I mean? He will be in the building. I just see, Graphk, this is my thing. And this is all theoretics, man. This is not me being logical wasted. This is me being crazy Raider fan wasted.
Emotional fan. Yeah.
See, it's not so much emotion, bro. It's the fact that what I want around this organization is that the narrative of the Patriot way is not always the way we do things. That these guys think, with the left side of their brain a little bit and color outside of the lines a little bit. Yeah. I know this is not the way you normally do business, but this is a guy you need to take care of. Take care of him, because he's not a great player. He is the great player that you drafted on the offensive side of the football. He's the only one.
Shout out to my Neff Ryan. So now Raiders and Cowboys on top. Shout out to my youngin right there, man, in the building, man. It's a little, hey, Ryan, we got to put our brother Hammer on timeout. Now, this for my nephews and their friend has been released from YouTube jail. Yo, Hammer, you don't have to do that, bro. Stop. But we were just fucking with you, bro. Shout out to our brother Hammer as well. I'm going to send that link to you soon, man, if you want to pull up and come talk for a few minutes, man. Shout out to our brother Hammer, as always, man. But no, I get it. I totally understand that, bro. I'm trying to take that fan hat off right now and just think of being a GM. You know what I mean? And looking at, we still have deficiencies on the defensive side of the ball. The O is okay. And mind you, that O is not going to click like it would without Josh Jacobs, clearly. But we have a bunch of other running backs on this roster. They went out and got a bunch of guys. This is the thing. If Josh doesn't come back and we die in the running game, that's on this regime. Every guy that's in there is because of them. Josh is the only guy from the previous regime. So if they let Josh walk and Zamir doesn't get it done, Sincere doesn't get it done, Britton Brown, Amir Abdullah, Brandon Bowden, that's on them. And at the end of the day, look, you know what? Cool. Then let's cook these motherfuckers for that. Let's
But
cook
see,
them.
my thing is, Graph, and this is me, you know, and you and I have been Raider fans a long time, right?
Yeah,
Decades.
long time.
To me, that'll show me that not much has changed if they don't go and bring back one of their own. I just want this shit to be over. You know what I mean? I don't want the negativity going into the season. I've tried to be the prince of positivity in Raider Nation. I tried to be pragmatic. I've done that the whole time. This is not a time to make it just business as usual, because he is more than just a cog in the wheel. If you're looking at a Josh Jacobs like just a cog in the wheel, then you're not looking at football properly, because he means more than that. He's the heart and soul of the team, bro.
I don't think that anybody is actually looking at it like that. I think it's a financial thing, bro. Like, you don't want to set your team back by giving him some astronomical deal, and then you look at all the shit that lined up in the past. With, you look at every team that's won a Super Bowl, rookie deals. You look at all the successful teams in the NFL. And don't get me wrong, we can definitely change things. You know, who's to say we pay him and we don't win? All I'm saying is, you look at the history of football, bro, and it's the teams that pay these guys that it just does not work out with. You know what I mean? So
you don't have to see. This is the thing about these guys. These guys are very great, you know, GMs. They're great front office people, and Josh Jacobs is a pragmatic guy. The thing about it is this: you can't pay him like Ezekiel Elliott from that, because it's different, right? This is a different time, different era, right? But what you have to take into account is there are teams that know that they are running football teams, and they understand that no matter what, they're going to run the football, and they prioritize the run probably on a 50-50 basis with the pass. Most teams in the National Football League don't do that. And if you look at the two teams, and I'm writing on that Planet Raiders article, be done tonight.
Okay.
It's the Titans with Derrick Henry, and it's the 49ers with Christian McCaffrey. It got to a point where they couldn't nickel and dime the running back situation anymore. They needed to go out and get a superstar, because they prioritize the running back over the quarterback. They're more comfortable having a guy like Brock Purdy, who's relatively unproven, and having him at quarterback, and having Jimmy Garoppolo instead of going and jump. They try to jump out the window for Trey Lance. They said, you know what? That's not working. We're a running football team. We're okay with that, right? Yeah. And then you have teams like the New York Giants and the Las Vegas Raiders, where they don't realize that they're a run-first football team. Even though we have Devontae Adams and we have all these wide receivers, they have the mentality that they want to be more of a balanced passing offense, but they have to deal in reality. And the reality of this is that if you don't run the football with a pedestrian quarterback like Jimmy Garoppolo is a good quarterback, but he's no world beater, right? He's a guy that needs things to line up a certain way for him. And this is a guy who is an injury-prone guy. And the best way you can mitigate him getting hurt is handing the goddamn football off to Josh Jacobs.
Hey, wasted. Why did they, in your eyes, why did they draft Zamir?
They drafted Zamir because, one, they didn't know what they had in Josh Jacobs, because this was pre them having their hands on Josh Jacobs. And they drafted him to be a guy that can replace Josh Jacobs, because they didn't want to pay a running back, right? But dealing with the reality of the situation is that going into that season, they had no idea what they were going to get about Josh Jacobs. They had no idea he was going to go and run like an animal in preseason. They had no idea he was going to be pretty much 70% of their offense. They had no idea that he is one of the most dependable, hardworking talents in the team. And he was a guy that unanimously his teammates made the team captain. They didn't make him the team captain. The people demanded he was the team captain. They didn't just put a C on his chest, bro. That goes to show you the respect he has in the building. You got to sit down. And I'm not saying the Marcus Peters move is a bad move. My thing about it is that you need to prioritize negotiating with Josh Jacobs. And I have not heard that yet. Go and if you're hammering the deal out with Marcus Peters, get it signed, get it done, but make sure the fucking very next phone call you make is to Josh Jacobs and his agent.
But wasted, they're two totally different deals, bro. The Josh one is going to take time. Marcus Peters is a 5-minute. What's up? You want to take this deal or not?
Why is it not gonna take time? Like what? Like why? Like whatever time you spent, because they spent time negotiating this thing with Marcus Peters. They have the salary they have allotted for him. They negotiated with him. They brought him in the building. Yo, those days that you're spending doing this shit, yo, make sure you're doing it with Josh Jacobs.
I get that, but bro, this is crazy. It's like going to the liquor store and buying a tall can, or going out to fucking Trader Joe's and going grocery shopping. Like that's or Costco. That's a day. That's a day trip. We're just going down to the store and getting the Gatorade, bro. We're not going to Costco and treating this as a full day experience. We're just going down the street at getting the Gatorade, man, and that's it. It's simple to play.
But if it was quick and easy like that, Graph, he'd be in the building already. So is it really that easy? Because they had Marcus Peters, they had this man in the building a month ago. He should have been signed. We should be getting a report that Marcus Peters signed. So what? So there has to be something that's going on.
You know why? You know why he wasn't signed? Because the Raiders said we have this amount of money. Go play the game and see if there's anything else out there for you. Test the market and see. And he has not gotten signed by anybody. There hasn't even been talks of him even having any visits anywhere else. So they're saying, look, this is what we have for you. Test the market. Bro, I'm telling you now, if we decide on signing him, which I do think we will, it's going to be so cheap. We're going to come back and have this conversation like, why were we having this debate?
No, it's not a debate about money, bro. It's a debate about sweat equity. It's a debate about, where is the time and the care with this Josh deal? All of that time they spent with Marcus Peters, having him in the building and the dog and pony show, why has that not been done? Because I haven't heard it yet. Why has Josh Jacobs not been brought into the building and been negotiated with?
Well, let me say this. The last thing that we heard, and we're gonna let little bro get his shit off, was they both have mutual interest to bring him back, and that they're both not in desperate need to get it done immediately. That was the last thing I heard about Josh. And don't get me wrong, take that with a grain of salt. We know most of it's bullshit, right? We know that because they both look. Josh wants to get it done immediately, but we're still sitting back waiting for this whole Saquon Barkley shit to unfold. We're still waiting to see. Dalvin Cook is now saying, I want $10 million. We're sitting back waiting on him. There's so many moving parts with Josh Jacobs. There's none with Marcus Peters. Wasted.
The funny thing is that the moving parts are only moving if you touch the lever. Josh Jacobs makes that decision, and this organization makes the decision, and they have to sit down and be for real with each other about where the metric is. Because Saquon Barkley is an idiot. Saquon Barkley turned down $12.5 million in November. Yeah. Joe Schoen had him. He turned it down, and now the Giants took it off the table. I bet you he'd take 12.5 now because he sees the market. So Saquon Barkley should not even come into the equation when it comes as it pertains to Josh Jacobs. The thing about Josh Jacobs, which is giving me anxiety, right? And this is not some unfounded emotional shit. This is shades of Khalil Mack all over again. This is shades of Khalil. The only thing is that he's actually played for these guys and he has a relationship. My thing is the later this goes, this makes me feel like, damn, are we gonna pull a fucking Raider and be like, you know what, man?
Bro, Josh got a year. Josh got a year with Josh McDaniels.
That's what I just said.
Khalil didn't even get one, bro. He was just out of there.
I know, but what I'm saying is theoretically, you trading a guy that everybody just wrote down and marked down. Oh, it's academic. How could they possibly have traded Khalil Mack? Oh, this is academic. How could you possibly trade Josh Jacobs? It's not possible. They're going to get it done. We'll be okay. And then it's not all right. And that's my problem. Get it done.
Wasted is on one today, and I fucking love it. Shout out to everybody here in the building, man. Shout out to Alan Rader with the greatest default picture in YouTube history. One man doesn't make the team. If he wants too much money, see ya. Real quick, shout out also to our dog, Corey, man, who is going to pay him. So what is fair money? It's more than just pay him. Neither one of those teams won a Super Bowl, and they will cut those running backs. Shout out to our dog, Corey. Shout out to Severe as well. I'm not paying a running back more than 10 a year. The average running back salary of a Super Bowl winning team is $1.2 million. That is facts. Smart teams don't make that type of move. Let's be one. Salute to Severe Hammer. How do you feel about this Marcus Peters news today?
There's not much to say. Like, look, realistically, like you said, no other teams he's visited with. You're probably looking at like a $6-7 million deal for 1 year. That's it. Like, what did Leonard Floyd just get with whoever it was he went to? Was it the Steelers he went to?
He went to Buffalo, right?
The Bills.
Buffalo.
He's playing.
So what did he get? Like an $8-9 million deal?
Let me look.
Like that?
I believe so.
Like, I don't see Marcus Peters getting that much money, and I'm constantly hearing the talks right now.
4 years, $64 million.
No, he signed a 1 year deal. He signed a 1 year deal.
This is old deal. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to cut out y'all. Go ahead.
No, you good. You good.
But listening to this whole Saquon Barkley thing, every single morning driving into work right now is just getting annoying. Like, look, dude fucked up. You passed up on a $12.5 million deal. Jacobs, we're still out here waiting to see what happens. But like, I'm thinking about other circumstances in regards to, look, we extended Hunter Renfrow for what? Because there's a chance he might not even be here come week 1. We signed free agent Jacoby Myers on an $11 million average annual. Like, why are we not putting the money into somebody like Josh Jacobs, who's legit carried this team on his back the last 2 years? He just led the league in rushing this past season. You guys declined his 5th-year option. You drafted all these other running backs, and these running backs are not ready. I get the lifespan, the shelf.
Real quick, $7 million base value, up to $9 million with incentives.
There you go. You're probably going to see Marcus Peters get like a $7 million deal with incentives.
Hell no, bro. There's no way.
I think he's going to get that league vet min. And
he's going to get like $3 million, bro. He's going to get like $4 million. Yes.
I agree. I mean, Hammer, to piggyback on your point, see, people keep saying to me, well, no Super Bowl team pays a running back, right? But how do you get to the Super Bowl, right? You get to the Super Bowl by first making the fucking playoffs. So let's cross that Super Bowl bridge when we get there. You don't got to give Josh Jacobs a 5-year deal. You can give him a 3-year deal, right? And probably it will coincide with the year that we probably be making the Super Bowl. See, and that's the problem, dude. People got to understand something. You guys are looking, you have to build this program. You have to send this situation into a winning trajectory. We're not in the plus column when it comes to being a winning program. Let's stack some winning seasons up first before we start talking Super Bowl. Let's stack up some fucking playoff wins before you start talking Super Bowl here, bro. Right now, he could be the focus of the offense. And then probably by the time we're ready for a Super Bowl, maybe one of these youngsters will be fucking ready.
Yeah. Hey, Marcus's value going into the league, according to Spot Track, was 9.8. Going into off season, right? That's not going to happen. Coming off of a injury riddled year the year before, and then coming back last year not having a good season. There's no way. And then this late in the game in free agency, so there's no way that Spot Track it has this can't be right now. I'm telling you now, bro. There's no way in hell when you go see Rocket Sin, a guy that had a better year than him last year and 4 or 5 years younger, go to the same team that Peters played with and get 6. There's no way. There's no way.
And it would be criminal for them to give him $7 million. And the problem I have with this Marcus Peters thing and bringing up Rocky Sin is the fact that they even let that guy walk out of the building. This shouldn't even be a problem right now. Fucking Marcus Peters, bro, for right now. I don't
think it's a problem, though, bro. I just think this is adding more.
Bro, to me, it's a problem because now this late in the game, you have to go sign a veteran off the scrap heap where this should have already been taken care of, bro. They should have brought a guy that they were familiar with back who's younger and healthier than Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters, really, to be honest with you, is the Great White Buffalo. He's some guy that we've been wanting to play for the Raiders. And now that we finally get him, it is in Raider fashion that we're getting a shell of the real Marcus Peters, bro. That's what I feel like we're getting, bro. Everybody's like, oh, you want defense? Yeah, I want defense. I want motherfuckers I know are going to play well when they get here.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Was there a guy that we brought in 2 years ago that played really well for us at corner in the latter years of his career?
Yeah. And this ain't the same guy.
What was his name?
Casey Hayward. This ain't the same guy.
Hold on. Has Marcus Peters had a better career than him up to this point?
Yeah,
All pro.
It's debatable. Marcus Peters, interceptions, yeah, but he gets beat a lot. See,
All pro and Pro Bowl player, bro. Like, but we're not expecting him to come in and be the same Marcus Peters that he once was. This is a guy that's going to come in, help teach the youth at this cornerback position, and help these guys groom. Like
he's one of the worst rated corners in the National Football League last year. He got toasted last year, bro.
Okay,
he got absolutely toasted, bro. So it's not about him being. Listen, if it's an incremental descent into like coming back to earth, it's crazy. But there was a substantial knockoff in his playing from when he got injured to where he was last year, bro. So that's the thing. We're not getting a guy where we're looking at him. We're like, yeah, man, it's just the injury. Maybe he's gonna bro. I think Chandler Jones played better last year than Marcus Peters did.
He did.
All right. So what I'm saying is that Chandler Jones is a guy that I can buy into in the later years of his career. He's done some things differently this offseason. And I can have in the back of my head that I think he's going to have a better year. He's not going to go out like that. Marcus Peters, I have nothing to hang on with that. I have nothing to hang on.
Those two players. You know what, man?
I have nothing to hang on, bro. I don't. Because, what I know is that this is a guy who was getting cooked before he got a knee injury. He was doing okay, right? They were thinking about moving on before he got hurt. Now he got hurt and he's playing terrible. And now we're going to sign him.
If you give him $3 million, are we having the same conversation?
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because, bro, it's not about what it's not about what we're paying him for me, bro. I'm not a GM. It's about what role he's going to fill for this team. So if we're going to say, all right, Marcus Peters is a starter and he's getting cooked, how's that fucking good for us? I don't care what you paying him. He could play for free. If he's getting torched, what do I care?
Oh my God, bro. It's gonna be a great show tonight, y'all. Shout out to Macho. How do they justify paying an injury riddled Waller and not JJ8? Josh is the heart of this offense. Bro, this is the thing, though, you guys. They do want to pay him. They just don't want to pay him what he wants. This is the thing, man. There has to be a mutual ground, right, where they can connect. They just haven't found that yet. Give him time. I'm not worried about Josh missing training camp and all this other shit. He already knows the system. He's already a dog. Look, the less off the tread. Look, I'm cool with that. Let them figure it out. They're trying to find, a balance. That's all it is. He's gonna get paid, or bye-bye. We run with what we got. It is what it is, even though I don't think there's any way in shape or form that Josh is not a Raider come week one. I think he's on this roster, starting running back. He's going to go out there ball regardless. But I'm just trying to figure out. I think that's a horrible take, big bro, that we're talking about Josh Jacobs in today's live.
And listen, and I think that's a horrible take by you because it's all relative. My thing is that they've signed all these fucking people. They've gone here, they bringing it, working out wide receivers and shit. Yo, go work on that fucking Josh Jacobs deal. Fuck that. Work on it. Because look, man, you know what's going to wind up happening, and that is a great point. Raider LT, thank you. Graphk, if he wasn't from Oakland, would you go this hard for Marcus Peters? Or would you be agreeing with wasted? And that's all this shit is, bro. Y'all talk about me being emotional.
Wait, what you talking about?
If this guy was from Texas,
hold on. Can I throw the O up and then be able to go into my spiel?
Nah.
Okay. Raider LT, you're right. That's all I want to say. No, real talk. Look. This corner room needs a veteran presence. I have no problem with bringing him in on an incentive-driven deal, right? Give him $3 million guaranteed. Maybe even throw another 3 in incentives or something, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Make him earn that money. The guy wants to be a Raider. He wants to be in Vegas. The no state tax. He wants to be there. Look, this is a guy that grew up a Raider fan, you guys.
Shit, his cousin's in Vegas.
Yes, he wants to be there. Why would I not want an all-pro corner that wants to be a Raider and wants to be in the building? For cheap. This has nothing to do with Josh Jacobs at all. That's nothing to do with Josh. Wasted talent is smoking dick and dynamite today, man.
Bro, so we talk about him being an all-pro, right? When the fuck is the last time this guy was an all-pro?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. It does matter. Bro, you know who's
Brown
was an all-pro corner. Let's get him to play.
Okay, so you just said that. So you just mentioned Chandler Jones. When was the last time he was an all-pro?
Yo, he's on the roster already.
Oh my
He's on the roster already, bro.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He's on the roster already. They're paying him already. If you leave it up to me, I'm not going to get Chandler Jones. Last year, I wanted us to go get Khalil Mack. I want us to bring Khalil Mack back. That's what I wanted. Let's just be for real. He's a Raider. We're talking about, I'm going out and I'm getting Marcus Peters under the guise that he's going to help this team. And we don't know how much he's got left on the bone. We don't know if he's going to help this team. He could be a fucking scrub.
Pause.
Yo, he could be a fucking scrub, though. So then when he's getting cooked, then everybody's going to be like, oh, town business then, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, right.
Let's go. Shout out to LT. I'm from Hayward, so I get them from the Bay, but I'd rather have. It's not a battle between either one of them. You can get them both done. Like that deal can get. They're two separate things, man. I hate how Wasted has formed this fucking Transformer. I know the new Transformers movie is out, right? It's like he put fucking Josh Jacobs and Marcus Peters. How, man?
Shout out to Woodson Whiskey, by the way.
Hey, man. Shout out to Jason Hunter, our brother, man. Want to say hi, fellas. Hope y'all had a blessed day. I kind of hope MP22 comes in to help the young. There you go, Jay. That's it. He's coming in. He's not. We know he's a shell of his old self. If we can get any kind of production that he used to have, just some here and there, I'm cool with that. We're not expecting him to come in and be an all-pro Wasted. We're just expecting him to come in and add some depth to the corner room and maybe even take one of the starter spots and help these young guys ball out. And that's nothing to do with Josh High-Stakes Jacobs.
Bro, this is what we can do. How about this? Why don't we just go all the way in when we want to sign old players?
Yo, what
Let's go all the way in. Let's sign some old players. I know a former All-Pro who got fucking half of his foot cut off named Deion Sanders. Let's just sign him so he can help the young guys out too. How about that?
Deion is like, he's double the age of Shout out to Old School. Another year for our defense made up of Elmer's glue and duct tape. Zero playmakers signed this offseason. I disagree, Old School, but salute to you, bro, on the donation. We always love you to come through with the massive negativity, bro. We fuck with Old School heavy over here. Shout out to Rube as well. How do you justify paying a running back a big second contract when it hasn't worked in the last 10 years? Murray, Zeke, Henry, Kamar, CMC, Aaron Jones. Rube. Talk to Wasted Soul. Talk to Wasted Soul, Rube.
Yo, listen. Why does it have to be the biggest contract in the world? Why can't it have a trap during the third year? And just because it didn't work with other teams doesn't mean it's not going to work with us. See, this is the thing that we're not talking about, right? If
we could pay Brandon Bolden $3 million. We could pay Marcus Peters $3 million to be the Brandon Bolden of the defense.
Yeah.
That's it.
Bro, since when? What does Marcus Peters do that makes you think that he's going to be able to come in here, right?
He's from Oakland.
Yeah, that's it. So this is a guy who's been getting. He's from smoking. He's been getting smoked for the last 2 years.
I didn't mean to say that out loud. I meant to say it's a former All-Pro, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, bro. Brandon Bolden made more sense because at least he played for these assholes. The thing about Marcus Peters, he has no. The only thing he had the connection he has to Raider Nation is that he's. Listen, bro. If you need another corner, another guy's a starting level corner, who's available right now? Right? Because I'm not the guy, and this is my pet peeve, and I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I am the guy that I do not like when you go out and sign oft-injured players and then think they're going to be healthier. The Jimmy Garoppolo thing, I wasn't look, for what was left, he was what we needed, right? But like when we drafted Tyree Wilson, why do y'all think I got mad about that? Because it's a guy with a Liz Frank injury. I don't like signing injured guys and expecting them to be healthy, bro.
Still waiting for my plane ticket, by the way.
Damn, you just had to mention Tyree Wilson. Huh?
Yo, it's cold. It's nasty work these days out here in these Raider streets, bro.
Yo, let me ask Hammer, man. Right now, if we do sign Marcus Peters, right? Who was your starting corner room? Right corner, left corner, nickel.
It's going to be Peters. You're going to have Peters and Hobbs. And then the inside is going to be up for grabs between Shelley, between Jacory and Bennett.
No Hall?
Hall, Webb.
Okay.
But,
Wasted. If he becomes a Raider here shortly, what's going on?
Just by contract value, I think we'll start the season off with him and Hobbs starting. But I think if he plays up to the level he played last year, he'll be sitting on the bench, going fucking like Jack Haley from the fucking Chicago Bulls, clapping everybody on, sitting down by week 4.
Let me ask you this. Would you feel this same way if we sign him and you realize that Brandon Faison got more money than him?
Bro, I don't really care about the money, man. I care about the level of play that's left. It's not about the money for me, bro. I'm not a GM. I just want the guys that are here to play better.
So how do him and Josh Jacobs correlate then?
See, the thing about Josh Jacobs is the energy and the sweat equity that they've put into trying to get that deal done. It's not like, oh, you signed Marcus Peters, so it's the end of the world. I'm just saying from my perspective, yo, put some energy, because they've been very laissez-faire about the Josh Jacobs. We respect the process, this, that, and the third. Yo, I don't want to hear about another fucking deal until this guy's brought back into the fold. That's all I'm saying.
So you would be upset even if we brought in Kyle Van Noy right now as well to add to the linebacker room?
Listen, it's not that I'm upset that they're bringing Marcus Peters in. I'm merely stating the facts that
no. I know that, but I'm just saying if we went and got Kyle Van Noy before we paid Josh, would you still be this upset?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Yeah, I would. Because the thing with Kyle Van Noy is another guy. It's a guy that's been twisted in the wind. We don't know if he can still play. Like this is when you sign people this late in free agency and this late in the process, that means you're dealing in the land of misfit toys. I feel like if you're an organization like we're on, we just watched fucking the WNBA team that our owner owns win a championship. We just watched fucking the hockey team win a championship in Las Vegas. They call it Win City. Mark Davis fucking trademark Win City, and he's not doing any fucking winning. It's time for them to get serious about what's really going to move this team forward. Signing Kyle Van Noy and signing Marcus Peters is not going to help us get to the playoffs. Signing Josh Jacobs will. And guess what? I don't have any bandwidth anymore for people saying we got this a process. Nah, motherfucker, y'all better be in the playoffs this year.
So hold off on building the rest of the team because Josh Jacobs' contract's not done.
Look, man, I'm not saying hold. The rest of the team is built.
Exactly.
If the team is not built now, and you gotta, it's contingent on signing these two old motherfuckers, that's a problem.
If they're still building on this team and they're still looking at free agency, potentially trades, then it's not being built. It's not done being built yet. It's not done being built until week 1, bro. Period. Bro, it's not.
I get it, bro. But they're comfortable enough. They're comfortable enough having the guys on this roster that they signed be the guys that they're going to be depending on going forward. They're not depending on Marcus Peters, man.
You pontificate that wasted. What exactly is the sweat equity?
The Jedi is back. but on the real, man. So you mean to tell me cornerback number 2, that job, they don't have anybody else who could fulfill that role? Because I tell you what, they damn sure don't have anybody on this roster to be as good as Josh Jacobs. And they know that.
Market, high stakes, Peters.
Bro, this guy, we don't even know if he's going to start because you don't know what he got left. You don't know.
And it doesn't matter, bro. It's like going to the mall and spending $3. Like you went to fucking Claire's and bought a cheap thing of earrings, bro. Like, and you still save the rest of your money so you can go get that big prize possession if you want to. You're literally walking in and getting a slice of pizza from the mall, and you still got the Jordan money. Like,
so if you want to use analogies, right?
Okay.
I feel like going and fucking signing Marcus Peters when you haven't signed Josh Jacobs is like buying a pair of sneakers before you pay your mortgage. Pay your mortgage first. Then buy the pair of sneakers. And the thing is that, the pair of sneakers is not going to affect or change and improve your life. But if you don't have somewhere to live, that's going to change your fucking life. Right? And that's how I'm looking.
Them Jordans going to pull in a chick, man. Hey, if you ain't got the mortgage, you might be able to move in with her. You feel me? Them J's.
If it take a pair,
they're reeling in. They're reeling in.
Look, if it take a pair of sneakers, look, you know, ain't nobody a bigger sneakerhead of shield more than me, right? If it take a pair of kicks to pull her in, you lost already, bro. You lost. Look, come on, man. This is not about money, bro. This ain't about money. This ain't about cap space. It's not about all of the armchair GM shit. This is about what's real, bro. Josh Jacobs, we know for a fucking fact, is a humongous part of this team. We don't know that any of these ancillary pieces that we pick up are going to be on him. We hope they will be. Josh Jacobs is a definite, and that's a definite that you got to work on, and that you need to move everything to the side and get that taken care of, yo. That's what I believe, bro.
If y'all ask me, I like how the Raiders front office is being quiet and competent. Don't show your hand to other teams too early. Let the boys talk while we let the men work. Shout out to Joe, FLA, man. Shout out to our dog. Hey, shout out to Sincal. This is hilarious, man. Word to Shannon Sharp, yo. Word to Shannon Sharp, yo. I feel like Waste is pulling a Skip Bayless and taking his position just to argue with Graphk. Talk that shit. Word to Shan, man. Let's go.
I feel like you don't know me very well because I never talk out of my ass.
No.
Wait, Sincal, I never talk out of my ass.
I
look,
acknowledge Wasted's view. Salute
Thank
to L
you.
Rocket.
Thank you. Listen,
I acknowledge it too, even though it's wrong. I mean, I can still acknowledge it.
Acknowledge me.
listen, Graph, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You know what? There were people in this world, right, that once thought the world was flat. You are one of those people right now. See, I am a man who is up in space right now from a satellite looking at the whole solar system right now, but you just won't admit it.
Yeah, all right. Shout out to Ridgeback, man. Josh Jacobs is the house. The rest of the running back is the trailer park.
God damn.
Hey, Ridgeback, let me tell you something, bro. And you know it, and we're not going to say nothing. Sincere, high stakes, McCormick.
Oh my
Okay?
God.
That's the only reason, bro. That's the reason why you don't give a shit. Because you want fucking Sincere McCormick to rush for 1,625 yards and for you to be right.
What?
Nah.
I want Sincere to run for 2,000 yards and have 19 touchdowns and say I'm right. What you talking about?
Hey, listen, Robert Cisneros, I did think about trading Josh before last season. I was wrong, 1,000% wrong, and I admitted that in the beginning of the season.
Hey, I did too.
I was 1,000% wrong, bro.
But this is the thing, Rob. You gotta understand this. We're live so much. We're gonna have opinions, and they're gonna change. Bro, anybody that watched Josh Jacobs last year is like, oh, bring him back. You watch him the year before, you're like, we might be able to get better at the position.
Yeah.
Keep it real. So what's the problem with that? And when you got a new regime coming in, you're like, well, they might wipe out. They might just get everybody out of here. You know what I mean? So, we all talked about that though. And I like Josh Jacobs a lot. That's my guy. But at the end of the day, bro, it has to make sense. Marcus Peters isn't just an on-field investment. He brings that dog to the locker room. He will bring that swagger to a young corner room. And Rube, did you see players on Instagram and Twitter? It's only right to bring them home. It's only right to bring Max Crosby. It's only right to bring Marcus Peters home. Yeah, the big dogs, right? The guys that make a difference on the field. They're screaming to bring Marcus Peters in. So.
Yeah, they can scream and too. Look, bro, it's all of that shit is great. All that shit is smooth, right? That's great. But guess what, man? If they had to pick, they would agree with me because they know how important Josh Jacobs is. And not for nothing, right? It's not about Marcus Peters, bro. Because whether you sign him now, he don't have no robust market. Like, you could sign him you could sign him right before training camp, bro. Because nobody else is trying to sign him but us. So that should also tell us something, right? It ain't about that. It's about making sure you lock in and getting the most important thing in your offseason done before you allow any more money to walk out of the building. Pay your fucking real bill first. Get Josh in here. Take care of that. And the thing for me is like shit or get off the pot. I'm not saying it's the same, bro. I think you guys are not looking at this from a more of an abstract. You got to look at this. Let's remove the two.
I know exactly what you're saying, but it's way more fun to act like I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So right now, we about to have some fun. You have no idea what.
Yo, shout out to Woodson Whiskey, man, and fuck Graphk. Yo,
yo, no, but I look, I get it, man. Look, in a nutshell, take care of your best players. You know what I'm saying? Get Josh situated before you look at anything else. But like I said, bro, there's nothing wrong, man. You know what I mean? With bringing in someone that is going to be inexpensive. And it's not like Sean said, it's going to affect the cap this year. Josh Jacobs' deal is going to affect the cap moving forward tremendously years to come. You know what I mean? And that's true. That's real talk. You know what I mean? Let me see. So don't sign Mayer, give it to Josh. How do you respond to that?
What?
Bro, they did.
Oh, okay. I think
bro,
Meyer. That Jacoby.
Bro,
no, Michael Mayer. He's not. He hasn't been signed yet.
He's talking about Michael Mayer.
Yeah,
are you sure?
Bro, that has nothing.
It's not been signed yet.
But see, this is the thing. This is the difference. The difference is his bird rights are to the Raiders. He was drafted by the Raiders. He has no choice but to sign with the Raiders eventually. So who gives a fuck? We ain't talking about that, bro. And if you're talking about Jacoby Myers, they signed him, right? I would have probably taken care of the Josh Jacobs situation first. That's me.
Brett said that This the shit that be killing me. Bruh said that Marcus Peters is a thug. I don't even think he has a criminal record. Well, because he's on the field and he plays hard and he's passionate and he has that Oakland energy, man. That you cannot call a motherfucker a thug that has not done anything wrong.
Wait, who called him a thug? I can't say it.
Kenna. Look, I was wild as hell on the field. I'd fucking get into fights on the field. No fucks given. That makes me a thug? Get the fuck out of here. Come on, dude.
Yeah, bro. Hammer kicked me in the flag football game and I was bleeding on my kneecap, bro.
Here we go.
Hammer's a thug. Okay.
No.
Yo, look, Jack, I'm respectfully, but disrespectfully. Just because culturally you don't understand how he acts does not make him a thug because he's not palatable for you. You know what I'm saying? So we got to stop running with this whole narrative that people are thugs because they might be loud or they have a certain vernacular that you're not used to. That doesn't make them a thug. Your actions make you a thug. So until you can prove to me that Marcus Peters stuck somebody up or beat his bitch up or punch somebody in the face or any of that, don't call somebody a thug indiscriminately.
There you go. 2 rings. Ravens fan here. We loved MP. No bad words about him and no trouble. Talk that shit.
All right. Let's just give a quick breakdown of his numbers right now from the time he was with the Ravens, even the last season. Last season, 47 tackles, 1 interception, 1 sack, 2 fumble recoveries. Since joining the Ravens in 2019, 99 tackles, 8 interceptions, 2 sacks, 6 forced fumbles, 4 fumble recoveries in 37 games.
That's great. That happened before, right?
Yeah, absolutely right.
So you know what, man? Let's pull up Darryl Green. Let's go pull up Darryl Green stats.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Why don't we just go full Hall of Famer now?
Hey, Hammer. Hey, real quick. I want to ask you this question. Maybe this is. I don't want to put you on blast because this is for both you guys. Let's think back of a player that had struggled for the past 2 seasons, right? Dealt with an injury, kind of had a down season, and bounced back. How many players have done that in recent memory?
Not many.
Damn, like just nobody.
I know you got one.
Oh, well, actually, no, I don't. I was actually asking y'all. I'm just saying though.
I can't think of anyone right now, not at the top of my head.
Wait, we can't say OBJ.
Saquon Barkley. Definitely can't say OBJ. Saquon
Barkley. Yeah.
Saquon Barkley is in the infant stages of his career. He is a superstar, highly paid, fucking 4th pick in the draft. It's totally different than talking about a guy who's recovering, who's had pretty much the best of his careers behind him. The difference between Saquon Barkley is when he got hurt, it's the beginning of his career, and you know the best football that he's going to play is probably ahead. Well, Marcus Peters, his best football is behind him, bro. That's the difference. So when you get a guy like that, you can't take into account that he's going to bounce back in the way you would see him to. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with Chandler Jones. We hope Chandler Jones could just be, valuable to us. We're hoping and praying he's valuable to us. But is it likely? I don't know. He was valuable to us what he did last year.
Hey, when the A's hat gets in from the mail, bro, you got to wear that on the live, bro. For real. That's just crazy. 7 games in a row. 7 games in a row. Whoa, if we pay Josh $12.5 million the next 3 years, won't take a 3-year deal. We expect him to have 1,500 yards 3 years in a row healthy. Hope it happens. But talk that shit, Rube. Talk it. Raider man.
Right now, when it comes to this contract with Jacobs, like I've lowered it from 4 years down to 3, and I'm looking at maybe a 3-year, $42 million deal with about 26 to 27 mil guaranteed.
Okay.
I think that's doable. I think that's fair. I don't see why he wouldn't take a deal like that right now.
Wasted anxiety is at an all-time high.
JJ, if you need a new agent, bro, hit me up.
Look, man. I'm going to be honest with y'all, bro. Like, all of the nuts and the bolts of how they signed Josh is all stuff that we got to consider, right? The only thing for me is that even if it's a top heavy deal, the 3rd year is what's important to me, because that's the test of whether you can get out of it if it's a bad deal or not. Because we're dealing with this year, and then we be dealing to next year. Next year we'll have a whole lot of cap space because we have so much dead money on our cap that if we do have a bad deal, we're due for one bad deal. But I think it's worth the risk.
That is the perfect player to talk about. A guy like Denzel Perryman that struggled to stay healthy year in and year out, everywhere he went, Carolina, the Chargers, as a Hurricane in college, went to the Raiders and had a Pro Bowl year and then got right back to being, kind of, but he had that Pro Bowl year later on in his career. And that's why he got that deal with the Texans. And it sounds as though they really like him up there. That is a well thought out one right there, man. Denzel Perryman. There you go. So, and it's us. It's a Raider. So let's just hope that Marcus Peters can translate and be a Denzel.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm not mad at it, bro.
There you are.
No, not even a little bit, bro. Not even a little bit. I'm not mad at it, bro. I'm just telling y'all, man. Yo, if y'all don't think that these guys are kind of being a little laissez-faire with this shit, then yo, you're out of your mind, bro. They need to get this done.
Do you think a Josh deal gets done?
I hope so. I bro, you know what? I'm done trying to speculate.
Yeah.
What these guys do. I don't know. Because I would have thought after a guy leaves the league in rushing, after you went out and you placated, to some players that are no longer here and guys that probably didn't deserve to get paid. Because I could never understand based off of like their thing with Josh Jacobs. Like if you're gonna pay somebody, I would have paid him before I pay Hunter Renfrow or Darren Waller. Right? And it's like, dude, you fucked the guy over last year, right? And then he goes out and he takes it in stride. And he tucks it on the chin for the team. He was about the team. We got Devontae Adams. Yo, we got
they're addressing the running back position just like every other team, though, bro. Like even ones that have great running backs. It's just it's not
true. Every other team, if every other team addressed a running back like this, Derrick Henry wouldn't still be a Titan. If every other team addressed a running back like this, the 49ers wouldn't made a move to bring in Christian McCaffrey, bro. Yep. Every other team does not do that. And we don't have the quarterback now who can we don't have a quarterback that can fucking do without that level of running back.
And now the Titans are stuck with a 29, 30-year-old Derrick Henry and they haven't won shit with him.
Yeah, but you know what? What were they gonna win without him? At least they've been to the playoffs a few times. At least that they were making it in stride. And the fact that they're losing has nothing to do with Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is giving all he has. The problem with them is that, they were in on the Ryan Tannehill boat and they paid him a little too much money. They fucked up with Ryan Tannehill. They didn't fuck up with Derrick Henry, bro. They did the right thing with Derrick Henry.
Didn't Henry get hurt, like break his foot or something? He ended up coming back in the playoffs with like a metal plate in his foot or some shit.
Yeah, man. Like, come on, dude. The dude is an animal, bro. The problem is they paid Ryan Tannehill too much. That's the problem. And if you really want to be, technical about this situation, Jimmy Garoppolo is only as effective as his running game and his defense is, right? And Jimmy Garoppolo is not a guy who has thrown the football over 500 times. And what you're doing is if you have a pedestrian running game, you are relegating him to a fucking season of doing that on a bum ankle. You don't want to do that. You want to protect him as much as possible, bro.
Okay, but you still got like 7 other running backs on the roster, bro. What do you have them there for then?
You could take all 6, because if you got seven other running backs, you can take all 7 of them, add them up, and they still could be a piece of shit. And none of them could equal him. This is something, and this is the way I'm looking at it. The Raiders, for years, bro, we've always had issues. We want the team to be better. We don't know this. We don't know that. We got draft picks. We have all these things that are up in the air. There's fucking 5 things on this team that you don't got to wonder. You don't got to wonder if Max Crosby is going to be good. You don't got to wonder if Devontae Adams is going to be good. You don't have to even wonder if Jakob Johnson is going to be good.
No, but you have to wonder if Josh Jacobs is going to be great again.
Yo, but the thing is, you don't have to wonder if he's going to be good. But you got to wonder if the rest of those guys, Josh Jacobs, every year, damn near 1,000 yards, if not 1,000 yards. You know he's a good running back. His floor is a lot higher than some of the guys on his roster ceiling. That's the thing, bro. So we're not saying he got to go out and lead the league in rushing. But what I'm saying is if I got Jimmy Garoppolo, I know I got a running back that's going to move them chains when I need him to.
No, definitely. I'm just saying when you look at the way these guys approach the recent drafts, right? Well, not this last one because they didn't go out and get another back. But the first year, like, bro, like at some point you have to let Zamir loose. You have to see, well, you don't have to see what you got with Sincere because he's a UDFA. You can let him go if you want to. You got Britton Brown in the 7th round, right? Like you've actually invested some draft capital into some running backs. You brought Amir Abdullah back on another 1-year deal. You still have Brandon Bolden on 1 more year. Like at some point, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want to see Brandon Bolden at all. We know what Amir does. You know what I'm saying? So he'll be more of that rotational piece and you know what I mean, and special teams, and probably be more active in the passing game than anything. But I do want to see they invested a 4th round pick in Zamir. In a perfect world, Zamir and Josh are the two-headed dragon. You know what I'm saying? And it works like that. So we don't have to have Josh we don't run his kneecaps into the ground. But that costs a lot of fucking money, bro, to bring Josh Jacobs back. And don't get me wrong, Marcus Peters does not move the needle in terms of bringing in a player in free agency right now. But it doesn't hurt, and it doesn't affect what we're doing in terms of Josh Jacobs, bro. Like, I get it. We can do a whole nother show on Josh if you want, because we talked about Josh for the past fucking 3 months, 4 months. We all want to bring him back. We all want to bring him back. But at the end of the day, it has to make realistic. It has to be logical.
Bro, the thing is, it has to be real. It has to be logical for both parties. You can't tell a guy.
Agreed.
You can't tell a guy who's gone out there and gave his heart, soul, blood, and guts, led the league in the statistical category, that he's got to get to the back of the line and fucking say, yes, sir, may I have another, after you disrespected this man last year. You can't do that, right? And you went and you paid guys. And see, this is my problem with their judgment. Their money is represented by Brandon Bolden. So if anything should be happening, they should be cutting that motherfucker, and they should be paying Josh Jacobs. That's what should be happening. But they're not.
Said that, bro. I said get rid of Bilal Nichols and Brandon Bolden. You got about $7 million right there.
Now, see, so this what makes me question their judgment, right? So it's you know, like even this money for Marcus Peters, you're going to be paying Brandon Bolden more than you be paying Marcus Peters, or around the same amount of money. And this is a guy that can actually start on your defense, right?
Well,
in a position of need.
Brandon Bolden is a really good special teams guy. I have to say that. But
bro, special teams, give me a fucking break. You can give somebody $3 million.
I'm just I'm pointing out what he has, what his strengths are. I'm not paying $3 million for a fucking special teams guy.
Yeah. So my thing is that's a bad judgment call, right? Bad judgment call is signing Darren Waller, right? A guy that you guys had an issue dealing with last year, right? And then he's a guy that you can see exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get the rap records. You're going to get him not coming to preseason games because he got to go to a fucking WNBA game. This is a guy who didn't like this regime. They knew that, and you still signed him. And you got a guy who put it on a line for your ass, and you can't go and prioritize him?
Yes.
Give me a break. This shows me that they're not prioritizing him. They can't fool me, bro. I have been the guy. I remember when I first started in this YouTube shit.
It's on the way, Wu-Tang. It's on the way. Go ahead, brother.
When I first started in this YouTube shit, what we were talking about, my first show was talking about fucking, are we going to sign Jim Harbaugh? Right?
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, oh, and this is when, what was the guy they brought in that they thought they were going to sign as the GM and shit? I forgot.
Oh, from Indianapolis.
From Indianapolis.
Yes. I forgot his name. Stu's got it. Yeah,
but that was my first episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was one of the first people to say I would take a flyer on Josh McDaniels. I've been one of the guys trumpeting this whole be positive shit. I'm positive, right? But don't piss on my head and tell me that it's raining. You guys are making bad choices if you're not prioritizing him over getting these fucking ancillary pieces.
Dodds. That's what it was, Dodds.
Yeah, Ed Dodds.
Yeah.
But see, this is not about the money, and this is not about the rest of the National Football League. This is about what's right for the Raiders right now. What's right for the Raiders right now is that they have a workhorse running back. And you don't know whether these other guys can be workhorses because you don't know whether they can block, right? You don't know whether they have vision. You don't know if they're going to move the chains on third down. You don't know that. And you need for that to happen with Jimmy Garoppolo.
There's one or two things that can happen with the Raiders right now, right? They can reset the market in the running back and say, you know what? We're going to treat running backs the way they need to be treated, and we're going to take care of our guy. And it can work, or it can fucking backfire, bro.
We're not saying reset the market value, though, bro. We're not saying that.
No. I said that wrong. I don't mean to pay him $17 million a season, no crazy shit. I just mean take care of the running back position like you're supposed to, like they deserve, right?
Right.
But if you do that, good things can happen or bad things can happen. And historically, in recent memory, bad things have happened. That's all I'm saying.
Look, conversely, right? If you're the Buffalo Bills, right, and you have a quarterback as talented as Josh Allen that can run the football, who can pick up a third down for you, who can make things happen with his legs, that logic makes sense. If you have Jalen Hurts, that logic makes sense. If you got Joe Burrow, right, the logic makes sense. If you got Jimmy Garoppolo, that logic does not compute. If you're going into this season with Jimmy Garoppolo and you want to give him the best chance to be successful, and you're saying to this fan base that we're going to make the playoffs with Jimmy Garoppolo, you guys just don't understand.
You're looking at Buffalo. You're looking at Buffalo. They drafted Devin Singletary, right? Didn't work out, left in free agency after his rookie deal. They went and got James Cook out of Georgia, right? They keep getting these young guys. They're bringing in these young guys. Kansas City's doing the same thing. All the great teams are doing that except for the Niners because they draft well on the defensive side of the ball. So they can afford to pay the running back position if need be, right? And then they always have rookie deal quarterbacks. So like the Niners are kind of like an anomaly in the NFL. It's like they always have these guys on rookie deals at quarterback position, and they draft really, really well on the defensive side of the ball. Only time will tell after we shape this new regime and see what it is that we have. I just think it's too early in the process for this regime to just jump out the window and say, take care of this running back. They need to figure out what it is that they need, bro.
See, I don't, because right now, right, before the first, right, before anything, right, Jimmy Garoppolo's been in the National Football League for 9 years. You know what Jimmy Garoppolo is, bro. And the reason why Buffalo and Kansas City and all these other guys who pay these quarterbacks all this money and they don't pay for running backs is because they know they got quarterbacks that if it's 3rd and 8,
Facts.
They're going to run it off and get the first down.
Facts. I agree.
You know that the Raiders don't have that kind of quarterback. They're like, bro, even let me tell you something, bro. If we had fucking like a quarterback back in the day like Terrell Pryor and you didn't want to pay a running back, fine.
Yeah. No. Brother, this is just me playing devil's advocate, Wasted, because I agree, right? Josh McDaniels is one of the only guys left in the NFL that treasures the pocket passer. So you pay Josh Jacobs. You pay him because you need him, right? But I don't think he's found his guy yet. Whether that's Aiden O'Connell, Jimmy G's the guy because Tom Brady decided on retiring, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if he's found his guy yet. And I still think he's trying to tinker with this roster and figure it out. This is not me saying don't take care of Josh Jacobs. This is me saying if it doesn't make sense, don't take care of Josh Jacobs. But if there's one guy in the NFL that needs to take care of their running back, it's Josh McDaniels because he wants his pocket passer. I agree.
He wants a balance. He runs a balanced offense, bro. He's not one of these guys who will have his quarterback drop back fucking 50 times a game and throw the ball all over the place. That is not his offense. It never had. The only time it's ever been that way, and he wasn't even offensive coordinator, is when O'Brien was there and they had Randy Moss. Yeah. He's a balanced play caller, and that's the beauty of Josh McDaniels. If Josh McDaniels doesn't have a running game and a passing game and he doesn't have balance, he's a terrible coach at that point.
Okay, but balance it goes other ways, right? John Gruden would have paid this guy $15-16 million a season already. He would have just said fuck it and just cashed out, and they would have made him the highest paid running back in the league, coming off of leading the league in rushing. You have to look at everything from the broad scope of things and say,
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at what's being said. Josh Jacobs never has once said that he got to be the highest paid running back in the league.
No. But we're not hearing that. We're not hearing that. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. If he says I was the leading rusher last year and I'm gonna do that again this year, pay me higher than any other running back. We don't know what he's saying.
So guess what? If he walks into your office, he's not willing to play ball with you, and he said that, then you trade him.
Okay, but so give this regime a little bit more credit because we don't know exactly what's going on behind closed doors, bro.
No, I understand that, but what I know is that I believe Josh McDaniels came in and said, and this is the one thing I can say. We're going to go back a little bit about John Gruden, right? So if we're going to operate under that prism, then that means that Khalil Mack and his representation told them, this is our number. We're not budging. And John Gruden said, you know what? I ain't willing to pay it. See you. right?
I don't think that happened, but you're right. But we're going off of hypotheticals. We're going off hypotheticals.
This is all we can go off of, bro. Because right now we don't know, and that's the problem. A part of the problem is, why am I doing hypotheticals with probably the third or second most significant player on his roster? Shouldn't be doing hypotheticals. What I'm saying is this, bro. Yo, this guy, right motherfucking now, bro. You know you need him. You know, if he comes and says, I need to make 17 to 18 million, that is my basement. There's no negotiation after that. After you've gone 4 fucking months. That means that, yo, you should have done your best to trade him. But that's not what's happening. He's pragmatic. The man says he wants to be a Raider publicly. Most people who want to be the highest paid, I haven't heard Saquon Barkley say he want to retire with the Giants. He don't give a fuck. He want to get paid.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. This is a guy who turned down $12.5 million. So what did y'all offer Josh? Because I'm sure he ain't turned that down. I'm sure of that.
I agree with you. You always have to look at both sides of things. Because I agree with Wasted as well. This is why this Josh Jacobs shit is so tricky, because like I said before, I understand every side of it. I get it. I actually agree. It's like looking at religion, right? You always pick something in everything where you're like, I agree with that. May not agree with this, but I agree with that. I agree with every side on this. It's just, it's a tough pill to swallow. And this regime has to live with it, because if they make the wrong decision, their careers rely on this. But Rube, I agree with you. We've talked about this, the Super Bowl stuff, and that has to be the standard. I get it. We want to start, let's get to the playoffs first, right? We did that 2 years ago. We did 2 years, or damn it, really, realistically, a year and a half ago. We were in the playoffs. You want to set the bar high as shit, especially with guys like Josh McDaniels and Zeke that have been there and done that and won multiple rings before. The expectation is fuck the playoffs, get to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it should be with these guys. I don't care if anybody says he's not a proven head coach, blah, blah, blah. The guy has won, 6 rings as an offensive coordinator? And Zeke has won, 4 or 5, I believe, with New England? Like, bruh, like, the standard should be this high. It should be this high.
This is my problem, though. Everybody talking about this high standard, right? And you act like if you pay Josh Jacobs, then that means that relegates you to not winning a Super Bowl.
I didn't say that, but
the people in the chat are right.
Yeah.
And what I'm telling you is, you guys are saying this as if we've located the quarterback. You get to a Super Bowl when you locate the quarterback. They haven't located the quarterback, bro.
So wasted. So okay, and I agree. That's a great take. But what about this? What if these guys are waiting to find to locate the quarterback to figure that out?
Bro, Go ahead, man. Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
So, all right. What do you mean? Are we talking about a perspective? So, are we going to do like the New York Knicks, and every time there's a prospective free agent, we wait 2 and 3 years for them, right? So, who's the free agent quarterback to be, right? So that can't be it, right? So if you're saying that you're waiting to locate the quarterback, having a high draft pick, right? Then that means you're tanking, and I don't think they're doing that, because they're going to be drafting him for somebody else. So what are we talking about here? Like, that shit don't make no sense, bro. Everybody keep talking about, oh, we should be going to a Super Bowl. So you mean to tell me you get rid of your third best player and that's going to get you to go to a Super Bowl? That's stupid. Like, yo, you got to at least start fucking learning how to win first. You're not going to go from fucking 6-11 to the Super Bowl if you don't have good players in your roster, and guys that are leaders on your roster, and guys who work hard, and guys who were fucking like examples to younger players. This is not some fun. I'm not saying to go out and sign a free agent running back. I'm saying to sign a guy in your building who is a proven player and leader.
No, definitely. And you know what's crazy? In a perfect world, which is not going to happen, but in a perfect world, you go into training camp. Aiden O'Connell is the guy. Let's just say Jimmy G's not ready, right? Ankle's not ready to go. We got that kicker in the contract. He's out of here. Then you have to pay Josh Jacobs, right? Yeah, like at that point, we got the money. It's freed up. Take care of him. Jimmy G needs Josh too. I'm not saying he doesn't, but you look.
I would take that shit personally, though. You fucking okay? He didn't pass a physical just before week 1. We're gonna fucking cut ties with him. Oh, now you can have your contract? The fuck out of here with that.
Yeah, bro. It'd be like them walking in. Hey, man, take your fuck ass contract.
Nah.
But bro, we're offering him over $10 million. It's not like we're disrespecting him. There's no disrespect involved in this. You're getting paid really good money for the next year to play football.
For 1 year. That's the disrespect, Graphk. It ain't about
$91,000 for 1 year. And
but why would Josh expect any different? We didn't pick up his 5th-year option. Bro, you were disrespected last year. So what do you expect this year? Like you expected it just because you went out there and led the league in rushing, that shit was going to change? These guys,
his numbers, his first 4 years in the league have been solid. You're averaging nearly 5 fucking yards a carry, man. That's elite right there within itself. But over 1,000 yards, 3 of his first 4 years in the league. And the kid had, look, he's still healthy as hell. He was fucking running a flu going into that Tennessee game and still fucking flew out and played his ass off. Give this kid a 3-year contract. Let him finish his career in Vegas. Done.
His career ain't even over in 3 years. It's not even over in 3 years.
Shit it on him with declining that 5th-year option. You put him in that Hall of Fame game, and everybody was like, oh, look, they're going to trade him. They're going to trade him. No, the fuck we're not. And we saw what he did this past year. Give this kid a 3-year contract at the least right now, 4 years at the most, but keep him here. The same offensive line is returning right now. You hear reports already that Illuminor and Mumford are fighting for that right tackle spot again. His fucking leading blocker, Jakob Johnson, is back. Sign him. Extend him for 3-4 years. Let's get this shit over with already.
Look, I agree. I want to get it done. I'm just saying you have to look at it from both sides of the coin. Shout out to Van City, job security. Everyone needs it. And that's why I'm rooting for Josh, because I've seen this a million times, right? And I know you guys have. We're older gentlemen. We've been in the workforce for a long time, right? I've seen guys that have worked construction, broke their backs, done deal. Nothing guaranteed. Their life's in shambles after that, right? I've seen guys that do demolition, back, whatever, leg breaks, whatever. They just never fully recover from it. There's no guarantees in it. I want anybody that especially in football, it's a tough sport, man. You want that. You want that stability. But at the end of the day, we have to look at this look, you guys, we are fans at the end of the day. We are Raider fans. We're not Josh Jacobs fans. We are Raiders fans. So we have to make sure that this makes sense for the franchise moving forward. That's it.
Do you think it makes sense? Do you realistically think it makes sense to extend them 3, maybe 4 years right now?
No 4 years at all. No.
Okay, so 3.
In a perfect world, 3-year deal, 3rd year is a team option.
So,
yes.
Okay. So let's do some pros and cons here, right? So the pros to signing Josh Jacobs is the optics look great for the rest of the team. You have one of your better players taken care of for the foreseeable future. And you know, and then if you do the deal the right way, you can get rid of him, right? Yeah. And all of that, right? You did it in a timely fashion. He's going to be in training camp. He's going to preseason. He can help mentor the guys and all of that. The same thing they talk about signing a guy that's not a Raider now, Marcus Peters, right? So, you know, we got a bunch of young running backs. It'd be great to have Josh there too, right? But these are the cons, right? He says, listen, man, I'm not signing that tag. So fuck you. And he does a Le'Veon Bell and he's out to week 5, week 6. That ain't helping nobody, right? Yeah. Then if he gets to a point and you want to trade him, you're not going to get fair market value from him now. We're going into the season, bro. You should have did that before the draft. Maybe you could have moved up and got a mobile quarterback. My thing is that, yo, these guys are rudderless here. You know you want him here. Stop fucking around because he's a need, bro. Like, if you guys felt like he was a disposable ancillary piece, you would have capitalized on the fact that he led the league in rushing and he has a clean slate as a contract and he would have moved him. So stop fucking around because this is bad for them. This is bad for them, bro. It's not bad for you.
And I think they're confused at this point because we said this shit all last year. They went and drafted a bunch of running backs, got 3 of them, and went and got 2 or 3 other ones in free agency. It was clear cut. They were trying to move on from Josh Jacobs. They had him playing in the Hall of Fame game. It was like, what the hell is our Pro Bowl running back doing playing in the Hall of Fame game, right? It was clear they were trying to move on. Now they're looking at it from a situation of, okay, wow. Okay, he went crazy. But at the end of the day, we only won 6 games. He did what he was supposed to do. He definitely did what he was supposed to do. But we have to look at this, you know, from their standpoint. These guys are trying to figure it out. Real quick, shout out to everybody that's been putting up the supers. Shout out to everybody in the comment section as well. We definitely were talking about Marcus Peters at one point, And then, yeah, you know, we just this turned into a Josh Jacobs show, and I love it.
Sorry for hijacking the show, guys. I'm here for it.
Well, it's your show, so you can do whatever you want.
No, but it's not the fact that it's my show, your show. I'm talking about the narrative, right? You don't want to ever hijack the narrative. We had a plan when we got on the phone today and we said we were doing a live. We had a plan and I fucked it up.
Well, no, you did it because realistically, we couldn't talk about Marcus Peters for an hour and 19 minutes. So here's what it is. You know, I mean, Hammer, do you have anything else on the Marcus Peters situation? I mean,
No. No.
I mean, I don't think anybody else in the comment section does either. I mean, you know, so I like it because this is the one player that all the questions are surrounded. And for a second, it was Hunter Renfrow, and then that kind of went away, and which it probably will come back around training camp. I think it's a great talk, great conversation. I think that Wasted. I actually think that you shifted the conversation a perfect way, bro, because it really, you know, got the wheels turning and shit. So salute to you, bro. Shout out to Rule, man, on the donation. Real quick, man. Shout out to everybody, man. I'm sorry, y'all, on the supers that I didn't read every single one of them. You know, when we get in that in our bag, it's very difficult to read them when it kind of changes the, you know, the you know what I mean, the discussion. But Rule says, look at the Colts and Titans when they paid their running back without finding their quarterback. We don't have that yet. Jimmy G ain't the guy. Young quarterback has to develop. And will Josh Jacobs still be 100% by the time that happens? Maybe that happens. Pat, to me, with Josh Jacobs, it seems to be more about guaranteed money. That McDaniel system is a plug and play at the running back position. New England proved that for years. Let's get this Rule in one more time too. The big pay running backs don't win Super Bowls. When they fall off, their teams implode. Josh had his best year, and we had 6 wins. Paying running backs hasn't led to Super Bowls, and that's what our standard has to be. And then let me get these other 2 in real quick because I hate to just pass up our guys that fuck you, wasted. UA, JJ had 1 great year in a contract year. The others were good. I have a feeling if we sign him, he will revert back to the me. Shout out to Graw. They will pay Josh, but I'm curious if Josh is overvaluing the market at this point. Supply and demand not adding up. So
can I respond to a few of those comments? All right, now we talk about
I'll be right back.
Star running backs, right? Let me ask you a question. Was Marshawn Lynch a star running back?
Nope.
Marshawn Lynch was a star running back.
Okay.
Marshawn Lynch won a Super Bowl. Was Jerome Bettis a star running back? Did he not have the Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoffs and everything?
Yep.
Like, I mean, bro, Terrell Davis was a star running back, wasn't he?
Yep.
Won some Super Bowls in Denver, right? Like, let's keep going. Was Marshall Faulk a star running back?
Yep.
Was Ward Gunn a star running back?
Yep.
I know it was a different league then. We want to talk about the recent past, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go in the recent past. We got the Rams. We got Cincinnati, right? Let me ask you a question. Was Joe Mixon a huge part of the reason why the Cincinnati Bengals made it to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
It was
The quarterbacks was on rookie deals.
Yeah.
Humongous reason. Joe Mixon, great running back. Like, guys, don't listen to this narrative that, oh, you know, you can't win with a star running back. The only thing is that you get some teams, right? Like last year with Pacheco for the Chiefs. He played like a star running back, right? And one day, you might have to get paid like one, and they probably won't. But you know why? They won't because they have number 15. Yeah. You guys keep talking about New England. You know what New England had? They had number 12. Yeah, you can get away with having a decent running back where you got a guy like Tom Brady. Yeah, you can get you can have you can get rid of fucking Edgerrin James and bring in Joseph Adai and win a Super Bowl when you got Peyton Manning.
Okay. But so what if this regime's plan is to have Josh on the franchise tag this year to play with Jimmy, right? And then to move on, and Zamir is the guy with Aiden O'Connell on a rookie deal next year. What if that's the plan? What if that is the plan?
I think that's a very flawed plan. I also think because you are dealing with the currency of hope at 2 major positions. You don't know whether Aiden O'Connell could play worth of shit, and you don't know whether Zamir White can play worth of shit. And also, if you're operating under that prism, then just get rid of him now. Then, if you have no value, and then you're operating under the prism that he's going to sign that tag and play for you at all. That to me, that's a bad way to operate. That's bad business.
What do you?
I want definites if I got a team that was 6-11.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shit. We got to get better all over the place.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I'm
we have though. So this one deal is not going to stop the Raiders this season from getting better all over the place.
No, but
because
it's just,
they've gone out and they've built the rest of the roster to a
I
certain
agree. But that one position, when people get paid too much money, it always affects the long-term success with teams.
Yeah,
So
but
when you have a bad contract
we're not
anywhere
paying
else,
him too much either, though.
go ahead.
We're also not talking about paying him too much. Like, again, it's still under what McCaffrey's making. At the same time, like, you have Tay, who is the number
He's not
one.
McCaffrey.
But I'm saying you have Tay, who's the number one best receiver in the league. You have Jacobs right now, who is the fourth best running back in the league. Like, why the fuck wouldn't you have both of these guys on the same team again, running it back?
And bro, conversely, you guys keep saying it's just the running back. What happens when you sign a bad defensive end deal that doesn't work? Fucks your cap up and you can't get anybody else, i.e. Chandler Jones. What happens when you go out there and you go and sign a wide receiver deal that doesn't make sense? It fucks your team up. So if you have a bad contract on your team, a lot of the times it's going to mess your team up no matter which way you slice it.
I'm with you on the wide receiver position, but the edge rusher spot is way more critical than either one of them to me. Period.
I know that. So what I'm saying to you is that by you signing an edge rusher for a humongous deal with guaranteed money, and he doesn't play, that affects the hell out of your team. Just as much as you signing a running back to too much money.
Shit, look at Waller's contract and what he was getting in. Did he play? Hardly. That fucked us up too.
Yeah.
Listen, man, we've had enough bad contracts to go around this organization. The metric is that sometimes we go and jump out the window and sign guys like Corey Littleton that we don't know can play.
Spot on.
Oh God! I swear I didn't see that. I swear I didn't see that, bro.
No, I know you didn't. That's why it's.
That's why it's hella funny. Shout out to you too. I do believe a deal will get done. You know why? Because as much as Josh wants to get paid, he wants to be a Raider.
Yep.
Like real talk. Like these other guys, Saquon can give a fuck if he's a Giant. You can see that. He wants to get paid. He's dealt with injuries. He's dealt with some shit where we're like, he may never bounce back and be the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Josh has fought through injuries. He's never dealt with the same shit that Saquon has dealt with. Saquon wants that guaranteed money to reset the market because he knows, his time is coming. You know what I'm saying? Like,
has been less healthy than Josh.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But bro, you know what's crazy? We say how Josh wants to be a Raider, right? You can have a man who wants to stay married to his wife, but if his wife is banging somebody else, it's not going to fucking happen. Yeah. And that's the thing, bro. It's a certain level of respect that they got to give this guy. Yeah. Give him his respect, bro. You can't just play in his face like this all offseason and all last offseason.
Well, see, now I beg to differ because respect to me, $10 million for this season is respect.
No, respect is giving him a future because $10 million is incremental. So now he's putting his family on. And you said this yourself. You said in one of your videos, you said that Josh Jacobs he's got 9 kids. I'm here for it. He needs to take care of his family. Just about taking care.
No. I said if the rumor is true.
If the rumor is true.
He has 9 kids.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get the air quotes going.
Bring
right.
That shit back to you.
Yeah, bro. But you said it yourself. It ain't about this year. It's about the next year and the next year.
No. On his side of things, I agree. I'm just saying, look, $10 million to me is just it's never disrespectful. But I understand his perspective. He's looking at the future. I'm looking at it from right now. I'm looking at it from a fan, a broke motherfucker like myself. That's like $10 million is a lot of money. That's not disrespect to me. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is football. Like now, if you went to Bill Gates and tried to buy whatever he got for $10 billion, that's disrespectful.
Look,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, metric for disrespect is totally different, right? So like Jay-Z said, man, we don't shoot at the same basket, right? We don't go to the same building. Crazy thing is this, man. That's disrespect to a guy who has to put his life on the line every week. That's disrespect to a guy who are watching guys who are lesser players than him on his team that are getting paid more than him. That's disrespect to a guy who put his heart, soul, blood, and tears and covered up and probably won us himself 3 games last year.
Bro, every year Josh Jacobs played on this team, I believe there was another back getting paid more money than him. I remember screaming that Kenyon Drake and Jalen Richard were getting paid more money than Josh Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, I don't know. I think Josh was getting paid more than everybody. I think the last year was the first year. I don't know what Brandon Bolden's money looked like, but we had mostly, a 1 year with Amir, which was inexpensive. We had a bunch of rookies. I don't know what Brandon Bolden's contract looked like last year, but I remember watching Kenyon Drake. This is the Gruden days, you know what I'm saying, where Josh was getting paid less than Kenyon and Jalen Richard, a third down back. I was like, holy shit, bro. Like, but I understand the way contracts are set up. He's like in year 2, year 3 of his deal. I get it, but it's like, wow. So, I mean, it's always going to be disrespectful when the NFL wasted. It's always going to be disrespectful.
He was averaging under $3 million his first 4 years.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So, but that's disrespectful when it's on. First round running back.
Disrespectful, bro. Like to bring in Ken and Drake.
Disrespectful. It's always disrespectful.
He was a late first round running back. So
I
understand that, but his signing, what was his signing bonus again? His signing bonus was 6, just under 7, 6.6. The average was 2.9. He was guaranteed 11, just under 12 at signing. Like,
I think Todd Gurley is what really destroyed the running back market. I think the Adrian Peterson deal put the market in a certain place. And I think Todd Gurley destroyed the running back market more so than Zeke, because at least Zeke was productive a couple of times after this. But the fucking Todd Gurley one was just horrendous.
Do y'all realize that like Todd Gurley right now is only like 2 years older than Josh Jacobs? Gurley's like 27 years old right now, 28 at the 27, 28 years old.
And his career died real quick.
He's younger than Derrick Henry.
Yep.
Kneecaps got completely annihilated. Just done deal. That's crazy, man. Shout out to Pace. Do y'all think Elliott? No, I don't think Elliott has anything to do with the market. I think. Well, you mean earlier on or right now? Because right now that ain't affecting shit. But yeah, if you're talking about his previous contract, definitely, bro. Like that's why we're having this discussion. Is because of shit like that. The Ezekiel Elliott deal, and just like our big bro said, the Gurley shit. That was a great one that we have never even brought up. Those guys have definitely fucked up the market. Look, hey Josh, don't be mad at Zeke. Don't be mad at Josh McDaniels. Be mad at motherfucking Elliott and Todd Gurley. How about that? Stay healthy, motherfuckers. No, I'm just fucking around. No, real shit. But you're right. You're right. Todd Gurley definitely in 27, 28 years old out the league. That's crazy, man.
NFL, not for long.
Yeah, not for long. And, the guys, the big wigs that have all the money, they're trying to protect the investment. And right now, realistically, the running back position is not a position that really anybody really puts a lot of money into. And it's sad. It really is, because some of the best players in the NFL are at that position. And they deserve it. They deserve, but I also, like I said, I also look at it as an investment. Like, look, I love y'all. Y'all my brothers. I look, y'all, I'm partial to you guys, right? So, but if I'm an owner and y'all up for a deal and you guys are running backs and you guys are the dynamic duo, I'm looking like, this motherfucker's getting older, man. like, you know what I mean? Like,
I get it, bro. I get it. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna put a pin in this Josh Jacobs discussion, right? Because we're gonna go round and round with this, right? The thing is like I said previous, right? Mark Davis trademark Win City, right?
Yeah.
Hey, motherfucker, better start winning this year. And the fastest way that you could start winning is re-signing players who played good for you previously and that are going to play good for you and that are still a certain age. Intel,
our fucking brother, man.
Up, man.
Yeah. Hey, Intel, I'm gonna make sure I split that up with my brothers too, man. So shout out to you. Appreciate you, bro.
And he needs some hot sauce too, bro.
Oh, hey, man, Intel, DM me, bro, and shoot me an Addy. Now I want to shoot him some OakLosVegas and some hot sauce, man. Because Intel definitely helps keep the lights on around
on all our shows. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah. Oh, hey, they said bang. Hey, Raider Reese, I'll knock back a Michelob Ultra right now for Intel. Straight up. Shout out to Rube. I can't deny Josh will help us win this season. Hold up, before you put that pin. Wait, because I know we get to that point. But 2-3 years from now, I don't want us to regret paying him. It doesn't have the same impact on her, and that's real because think about that. We could be doing the same show 2 years from now, like, damn, that Josh Jacobs shit fucked us up.
I don't think so if you structure the deal right. And this is what I'm saying. We got to keep it in context, right? We know for a fact, right, that this year he's going to be productive unless something catastrophic happens, right? And say, for instance, next year, if it's a big contract, it ain't going to hurt as much.
What's more since it's being split? Shout out to fucking Intel, the fucking GOAT.
Yo, so like this is the thing, bro. If you look at it from this perspective, right? Josh is not going to cost as much next year because your cap's going up and you're going to have more cap room, right? And you've pretty much got the nucleus of the team on rookie deals, right? Yeah. In the third year, if his production falls off, you get rid of him. And you say, thank you very much, Josh. We appreciate you. And no one in the nation will be mad about it. But you have to be pragmatic and stop fucking trying to, like, bro, it's all about incremental wins. You can't win every contract negotiation. There's certain GMs that try to win everything. You can't win all the time. This is one that, you got to be smart and be like, we got to give a little here, bro. This dude is too good from the walkout. His value to us is more than some fucking cap space.
Yeah. Big time. Yes. There's definitely more. There's definitely pressure on us in Vegas to succeed. Definitely. But I think it eases the blow a little bit with Mark Davis owning the Aces. I think they're so good they're going to win it again next year. And, it kind of saves face a little bit for Mark Davis. It does. And let's just keep it a buck, you guys. There's the WNBA, there's hockey, and there's football. Football is always going to trump both those. And that means no disrespect at all. But it's just true. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the Golden Knights are a team in Vegas that I know the locals love because they're homegrown. And Vegas knows. We came from Oakland. We went to LA, blah, blah, blah. But if the Raiders win a Super Bowl in Las Vegas, let's just keep this shit a bean, bro. It will mean more than any Golden Knight championship, any Aces championship. That is the NFL, one of the biggest leagues, period, in the world. Probably outside of soccer, football, or American football is probably the biggest sport, period. You know what I mean? So, but there is some pressure. There definitely is.
I'm gonna tell you why that take right there is right, but it's also the premise behind it. I don't think is correct, right? Because you have the last vestige in the North America as far as a big market goes of a market that there never was. You're trying to establish that market, right? So if the say for instance the Golden Knights go back and they win 2-3 Stanley Cups. And the Aces, which, it's the WNBA. Nobody cares about WNBA, right? But if the Aces win 10 fucking championships, right, they're never going to take the town over, right? But if the Raiders are irrelevant for the next 5 or 6 years, they can lose the town totally because it's such a transient town. You can lose a generation of players. It's a transient town. People come there and that's the problem, right? They'll never lose money because that's a destination game, right? But the thing as far as establishing a culture, and okay, we say football is king, right? If you're going to establish a culture and the biggest vestige that grow the National Football League, besides going to England, you have to fucking win now because people are waiting. And people don't have the same kind of attention span like in the Northeast where we're sick puppies. We'll sit out in 25-degree weather and watch a shitty team every fucking year and get rained on and every goddamn thing.
It happened in Oakland, bro. It happened in Oakland.
And Oakland is like a fucking Eastern Seaboard city that's just dropped in the middle of California. It really is, bro. But nowhere else on the West Coast are people going to watch a shitty team. The fucking Lakers couldn't even sell the Forum out when Magic Johnson retired in between when Magic Johnson and Kobe Bryant and Shaq got there. When fucking Anthony Peeler and Nick Van Exel and
Anthony Peeler,
bro, and Eddie Jones and all these fucking guys, and nobody was in the Forum. And it's the fucking Lakers.
Yeah. Rube, I agree with Wasted. I would love to keep Jacobs, and if he had an out, and Zeke is good at that. He definitely is, but it sounds like he wants to guarantee money. And I think that's the problem, right? I think that's the problem. I think that Zeke has already said, like, look, this is what we got. Bro, why would he make any exception for Josh Jacobs that he didn't make for anybody else? Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow, Derek Carr. Why? Why would he make an exception to the rule of a position that is known to get hurt year in and year out, a position that's becoming so-called expendable, right? Like, there probably is. Zeke is probably saying, I need that out, Josh. I need it just in case. This is a business. It's a business. That is facts. That's facts, bro. And maybe Josh is saying, fuck that. I need my guaranteed loot. We don't know. We don't know. So,
but that's semantics, bro. There's ways that they can structure the deal where they can give it to him in a signing bonus. There are different ways, bro. They can get this shit done. I just think they're lowballing it.
See, I don't think so, man. Hey, yo. Hey, man. Shout out to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet. Hit them thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to the channels yet, hit that subscribe button on all 3 channels, man. Go rock with our brother Hammer. Wasted. My channel as well, OakLosVegas Raiders Network, man. We salute you guys. Everybody rocking with us. We coming up on 2 hours. Great show. Yeah, it didn't even feel like it, bro, like at all. Great show today, guys. Y'all always seem to drop that fire when I'm in traffic on my way home from work. Raider Nation for life. Shout out to my dog Shep in the building. Low balling is wild. Salute to my guys, man. Real talk. You guys have anything to say, man? I'm still 500 deep on my side. I don't know how many people we have on Wastes. We salute. Hey, man, we got 700 people in the chat right now, man. Y'all got something to say? What we doing? We gonna leave? We out? What we doing?
I just want to say pause for all of the weird shit y'all want to see when we talk to each other in the chat later. That's it. That's it.
Oh shit, man. Darren is funny. We took this pause shit too serious. He can't even say he said my favorite content creators. Pause. No, that shit is hilarious, dog. Shout out to our boy Dan. We got people not even able to say nice shit anymore without having to pause it. Tom says, keep going. Give us some topics, man. We could chill for a little bit more if y'all got something to say. What's up? What we doing?
I wish I could, bro, but I got to get out of here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Wasted got some shit going on. Salute. Hit content. Shout out to Intel.
Content.
Talk to our boy. Shout out to our boy Intel. Salute. Yo,
it's nasty work out here in these streets with this content, bro. You can't let this content get you caught up.
Yeah, and
content get you caught up, bro. Don't do it.
Man.
Don't let the content get you caught up, man. The content. Go ahead, my bad.
Peters wants to avoid that OTA bullshit.
I would too. Shit.
Yeah, straight up. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. We love y'all. We appreciate you guys. We will be back shortly. You know how we rock, man. As always, hit that subscribe button on all 3 channels. Wipe them feet, y'all. Marcus Peters is gonna be a fucking Raider, man.
I got something. I just forgot. Fuck, my bad. Yo, New York Giant Rush on YouTube. Pull up tonight, Raider Nation. Seriously, they're doing some debate on the best fan base. Everybody in here in both chats right now, pull the fuck up. I will be there tonight. New York Giant Rush, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Pull on up. Show how deep we really run these streets, y'all.
There we go. Trini said, wait.
Making fun of me now.
Salute to Trini Decker, man. Hey, shout out to everybody here in the building, man. Go support our brother. What else we got going on? Put everything out there real quick.
Planet Raiders.
PlanetRaiders.com. Waste is about to upload. He's about to upload some new stuff tonight, you guys. PlanetRaiders.com. Go to woodsandwhiskey.com. Go grab you some bottles. Go support the go. Hey, this is what I'm going to talk about. If you guys are in the Atlanta area, come rock with me this Saturday. Charles Woodson will be in the building. We are doing a whiskey tasting at the Fox Theater in Atlanta, Georgia. Pull up. We will be with the GOAT, Charles Woodson, this Saturday. Make sure you guys pull up. Stan, yes, the hot sauce. We are working on it. And I think you guys are going to love what we got coming up with the hot sauce because we have something big on the horizon. But let me say this.
He said, Hammer, give me the drum roll, Hammer. No, please.
Dum-dum.
I'm holding.
I don't have that on here.
And release. Come on, Hammer. Big
Cap.
Friday.
Love y'all. We out of here, man.
This is not a test. This is an emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.